start again. The next speaker is Emmanuel Heidegger. Emmanuel Heidegger is also a good friend of mine and works for a television channel, a large television group called Trash TV. And will explain us how he built a transcoding platform based on open source software.
Hi everyone. So, as Christophe just said, I work for Trash TV. So it's a group of channels. As you may see here, we have like various TV channels about music, like different kind of music we specified for the different regions in Africa. But we have 2 sports channels. We have now a radio offer, and all this is based in Paris. It is a total of 24 streams now. And so this presentation is an emphasis on the transcoding really LITE platform we did. So basically it's just a combination of like tools you probably know, of course, Ffmpeg, etc. But I really want to put the emphasis on the interface itself and why we really needed to focus on that. So it all started with that project named Trace Central, which was dedicated first for the production teams. So it's all Jquery, like I use this bootstrap theme named United to do like all these little dynamic boxes, etc. and lights. The idea there was that like all was done on paper, like until like very recently, and like people will like just enter the stuff. There will be like some checkings on capital letters, etc. if they use a type, etc. just to normalize it with green light, red light, etc. And then we pushed that to the transcoding world. So basically, this is just a web server. This will call Python scripts to run a Ffmpeg task. At the very first, the tasks were really simple one, just conversion HD to SD, etc. Then we had to modify the sum and bring it to 0 in our MXFs. And then like we had to do like audio mappings because all our different channels like will have like bilingual, French, English, or just English or Spanish, whatever. And like there was many combination of audio mapping. But the point is that even if my team, like the technical team, could do it by itself, like just using Ffmpeg normally with the lines, most of the users now are almost everyone in a company. Like everyone, either is a graphic designer or the schedulers, whoever, like even people working in marketing and have no knowledge at all of video, needs to transcode by themselves video to make it more efficient. So that's why we started like to do stuff that will detect if there are like various sources of the same files, like what will be the highest resolution available, like full HD, HD ready, whatever. And then like people like told me like I just don't understand what is HD and I don't want to understand what is HD. So then I just went with old system with green light, red light. It's good quality, bad quality. It's really funny to say that, but this was a real need in our company because people who didn't want to get involved with techniques needed to transcode video by themselves. Because if they had to ask to my service all the time, Emmanuel, we need to transcode this or that, it would take so much more time than if they do it by themselves. And then when we opened that Pandora box, of course everyone used it, and in a various way that were out of control. And then we had to combine it with a really simple. So at first it was a MongoDB database, but now we just switched to SQL. We just had to have a tracking of like how many video were transcoded, and as you could, sorry, the definition is really bad, but like as you can see, there were still thousands of video. Like many videos were, hundreds of video were like HD ready when I want basically to have all of them in full HD. So that was a way for me to track that people were still not understanding how to use software, and I had to make it even more simple to reach my goal, which were like 100% full HD videos. Then what's next? So what we want to do next is to make it faster to duplicate our servers and to share it back with the community. So we just created a really simple GitHub. First for backup purposes and make it way more easy to duplicate. We added a parser, so this one was done in NodeJS with like this package, so all are well known, but like most of our producers, they deliver the metadata as various various way to do it, like XLSX, but like CSV, and then they will do like non-standard CSV. Like they always think it's funny to customize it and replace the punctuation by like percent or whatever. So each time like you have to modify the parser. It's kind of funny. And so the idea was to integrate like all the metadata in a bundle and auto zip it and then move it from storage to one another. Then what I want to modify right now is that all the network folder paths are hard coded now. And before sharing it, of course, we would like just to have a page and the people be able to enter the network folder that they will want to use, because this software is a way to redistribute the videos after transcoded to either ready to broadcast, so directly to the playout station, or sometimes for advisory reason we need to blur like whatever, like alcohol, cigarettes, bikes, whatever. We need to do a lot of blurring, and there are different services, production services at Trace that will do only this task. So it will be rerouted from here to there, whatever, and all this is under control by the software. So as soon as this will be done, I think we will be able to share it, because then it won't be just internal software dedicated for Trace, but it could be like really easy for people to have this web server all in place and use it. So of course, when we created that software, what I had in mind was this commercial software named Carbon Coder by Harmonic, and they have like their farm named WFS. So of course it's far from this product, which is way more advanced than my transcoding platform, of course, but it is an open source, and I think it's way easier to modify these two units. So I think I went kind of fast because that was. So I don't know if you guys have any question, or if you want some more details on like our production workflows or whatever.
We've got plenty of time for questions.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Take advantage of it.
Yes.
You said you create MXF.
Yes. Right. No, they don't. Like so, yes. The question was like, do the producer provide like correct MXF directly? And the answer, of course, is no. We have 20 production centers in the world, and of course, I will, even though since 8 years I'm trying to say, please provide me MXF XDCAM, they can do it still. So I have always a variety of formats which are really badly done. The biggest problem I have is like they never respect the frame rate. Like I will have like, they will invent frame rates, which is kind of funny, like because they think it is, when you have to enter the frame rate, like they think it's asked to them enter the number you want, and they will put like 11, so we have to get it back, or they will do 22 FPS, or I don't know, like whatever various format, and it's too late, because what you have to know is that most of the videos produced, for example, in Nigeria is a huge production city. They have like you may have heard of Bollywood, they have Nollywood, like Nigeria, the core of production. And like the company produce the content, like they will have a 6 months lifetime, and then they close and people do another job. So of course, like you have like this rush in 22 FPS, and they deleted everything, and you just have that, and you need to make it like a 25 FPS MXF XDCAM out of it. So this is a lot. We have this very, very often. Then much more classical is like all the content that come from the US, and then there will be 29, 97 FPS, and we have to just bring it back to 25. But the same, like thanks to the open source community, we find a way to make it properly, like with like more subtle parameters to have the lip sync work perfectly on this modification, frame rate modifications. So now, like we receive like huge amount of formats.
Is it like distributed transcoding?
No, for the moment. Oh, sorry. The question was like, is the transcoding distributed, like multi-thread or whatever? No, we're just playing with the multi-thread parameters in Ffmpeg, of course, to have all our cores used. But no, it is not like a farm right now. At the same time, what we try to do is we have a VMware cluster. And we created really small virtual machines for each transcoding unit. because if you split by all the different services, like there would be really small needs. There are a lot of needs on the global, if you look at global, but it's always like little needs, transcoding here and there, so we don't need to put like crazy performing servers for them. So in a way it's a distribution that works for Trace, but it's not distributed as you just asked. Yes, Kieran?
A bit of an open-ended question, but
Yeah.
have you looked at how to distribute jobs between, so you have some servers which are very powerful, some medium, some low power, how to distribute transcoding jobs between them when you need to do a lot? There's a big thing.
As I said, the question was like, how do I distribute the transcoding if I have like big jobs to transcode or smaller ones? For the moment, it's just a lot of small ones. And for example, like when we have movies, which is brand new for us because Trace started to do SVOD just last year. So for the first time we have movies where, as I said, we are a music channel, so our programs are never longer than 15 minutes. But then when you go on movies, like when we have to transcode a long movie, we will always ask, for example, to our partners in England, we do all the subtitling and voiceover to retranscode it because they are doing like the voiceover. So right now we didn't have that need. Yes?
So who's your like key internal customer for this kind of tool?
The question was who is the key customer of this kind of tool internally, and it will be anyone in the company really, because like the idea is to the key word for in our company since 2 years now is like digitalize the company, whatever. And first like they were really proud of like our editors being able to shoot and edit, but now they have to shoot, edit, and transcode. And like now even like marketing people need to transcode themselves the videos. So everyone needs to transcode. And that's why I explained like everyone is using it, and I try to make this really easy word to understand what they were doing, at least kind of properly.
Yeah, but who's the most like
The biggest user?
Yeah.
The biggest user will be equally the editors, of course, in the broadcast team, but all the how do you say that, like the community managers on the digital platforms, on the website, etc. Like they will need to take our broadcast content and do like some MPEG-4 versions for their website. So it will be equally these two guys.
Other questions?
Yes.
Can you name some big French customers?
Oh, you mean we don't? We use it just internally for the moment.
Okay.
We don't have customers. My goal is to share it now, open source, of course, but we don't. Look, it's just an internal software for the moment.
Can you talk some about your competitors? Who are they?
So the competitors of you want to know who are the competitors of Trace TV or the competitors of Trace TV? It will be complicated. Like if we talk about digital SVOD, it will be Netflix, even though we are way smaller than them. And on the broadcast, we are kind of singular as we are a French international company. We are like in 120 countries, over 30 satellites, and we are a small company still. We are 200 people. So I would say we don't have exactly the same kind of competitors. MTV is way bigger than us. Well, it would be the same business idea than MTV, but with like a tenth of their team. No. Thanks, everyone.
Any other questions?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, right.
We still have time, so if you have questions, don't hesitate.
Yes? No? So thanks.
If there's no other question. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Thanks, everyone.